Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and welcome back to another new movie review. In today's movie review, I'm going to be reviewing the new movie which came out earlier this month in June. It first came out as a select release on June 6th, earlier this month, and so recently it was given a wider release earlier. So, and of course, I also just got back from seeing this movie with my mom at the Arundel Mills Cinemark. Since it was the only place where this movie was playing. So this review is going to be on The Life of Chuck. Yep, these two are my tickets to the movie Life of Chuck. Life of Chuck is based on the short story by Stephen King and is written and directed by Mike Flanagan. And so in this movie, we follow a guy named Chuck, of course, Charles Chuck Krantz, who's basically like a normal guy who goes through his life. And so in this movie, the acts and chapters are actually told in reverse chronological order. Like instead of the usual chronological order, it's actually told by reverse. It's told the other way around. And so the three acts are told backwards. So in this movie, Chuck from childhood to adulthood, or should I say, from adulthood to childhood, like Chuck experiences the wonder of life, the heartbreak of loss, and the multitudes contained in all of us. And so, in this movie, he basically goes through his life on what it's like, and of course, this movie is told out as a fantasy drama film. And like I just said, this movie that does the reverse order in because it starts off as Act 3, 2, and 1. So, yeah. So I remember seeing trailers to this movie in front of the past films that I just saw earlier this year, and I kind of knew a little bit about the film, and so. And plus, this is also based on a Stephen King story as well. And plus, at first you think most of Stephen King's work is mostly horror related, but Life of Chuck is actually not a horror movie, because this movie is like nowhere near a horror movie. Because like I said, this is almost like a sci-fi drama film, but also more like a fantasy drama. And so, yeah. And so after hearing really great things about this movie, I actually decided to go see this movie, and since the Arundel Mills Cinemark was the only theater that was playing this film, like the Phoenix Snowden Theater wasn't playing it, so I thought it would, but they didn't. So had to see this movie at the Arundel Mills Cinemark, and so yeah, I was gonna go see this movie by myself like before, but of course, like my mom actually watched the trailer to this film, and she was very interested, so she actually went and saw the movie with me. And so overall, I gotta say, I absolutely loved The Life of Chuck, because I can definitely see where the praise is going, and I absolutely love this movie. This movie was spectacular and probably one of the most beautiful films I've ever seen on the big screen. And my mom also enjoyed the movie too. My mom also liked it as well. And what makes this movie very unique and also well made is that I do like how the story is told in reverse order, like it's told backwards from Act 3 to 1, where it basically goes through like Chuck's life from adulthood to childhood. And yeah, the story itself is very unique as well, and even the Newton Brothers music score, the Newton Brothers, was actually great as well, because I gotta say, pretty much everything about this movie is spectacular, and yeah, it's definitely a work of art and a masterpiece. Yeah, because I cannot really think of a single flaw I have with this movie, because when I was watching this movie carefully, I don't think I have any nitpicks or flaws about it, because I bet I can definitely say this is definitely a flawless film. No flaws. And I gotta say, Mike Flanagan actually does a real great job writing and directing this film for a movie by adapting a short story by Stephen King into a feature-length movie. And yeah, and I gotta say, I think this movie actually proves that not all Stephen King's works are horror related. Because because after watching this movie, I bet Stephen King has done non-horror work. That's I think he wrote some stories that are not really horror related, like Life of Chuck, of course. And And yeah, and like I said, Mike Flanagan does have great effort put into this movie, and of course we can't forget about the acting performances. The performances were really great too. The performances were well done. I gotta say, Tom Hiddleston, who plays Chuck in the movie, Tom Hiddleston does a great job in this film, and of course everyone else did great as well. Jacob Tremblay was the younger Chuck as a child. Like Jacob Tremblay, I thought he did great. And of course, there's also like Mark Hamill was in the film too, the guy who played Luke Skywalker from Star Wars. Mark Hamill, I thought, was great in the film as the grandfather. And oh yeah, and Karen Gillan was also in the film too. It's interesting how we got two MCU actors in this film. It's like we got Tom Hiddleston, who played Loki, and Karen Gillan, like Karen Gillan from Guardians of the Galaxy, and of course the rest of the MCU films that Karen Gillan was in. And yeah, Karen Gillan was also in the Jumanji films as well. But yeah, Karen Gillan was also good in the film as well. And plus, I also recognized some other actors in this film too, like Harvey Gilliam was in the film as well. And of course, there's also Matthew Lillard. Matthew Lillard, I thought was pretty good in the film. Like he only appears in like during the beginning of the film, like during like Act 3. But yeah, so I gotta say, almost everything about this movie, well, not really almost, because I absolutely love this movie. And it's also one of my new all-time favorite movies of 2025 so far as well. And I'm glad I got my chance to see this movie in theaters. Yeah, because after hearing enough praise going on with this movie, I finally got my chance to see it. And I'm glad I did. And yeah, and as for Mike Flanagan, I've heard Mike Flanagan has directed a bunch of other great films out there. Yeah, and of course this movie's at like 82% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I mean I guess that's a good score, even though you know most of the time we don't really listen to Rotten Tomatoes all that much, but excuse me, pardon me, but I gotta say this was actually a really great film, like I just said, and like I said, it's also one of my all-time favorite films of the year as well. And I gotta say, when it comes to the pacing, I thought it was well paced too. Like the movie's only like an hour and 51 minutes, and when I was watching the movie carefully and understanding the story, it actually went by pretty quick, like just a little bit, not too quick, but just a little quick. And yeah, and plus this is also a neon film as well. So this is actually my new neon film I saw in theaters. Yeah, which is kind of a difference because I feel like I've been seeing a lot of A24 films lately than neon films in theaters, but you know that's okay because it doesn't matter it doesn't matter which company, which studio, which movie from that studio I saw in theaters. Like, you know, it doesn't really matter which studio, like A24 or Neon, but this is not an A24 film, this is a neon film. And yeah, and when I first saw first looks to this movie, like The Life of Chuck, even before seeing the trailer to this film, I thought it was gonna be like one of those Truman Show wannabes, where I thought it was gonna be like the Truman Show or Ed TV, but this movie is actually told in a far different way, that just almost more faithful to the Stephen King story. Yeah, so overall, The Life of Chuck was an absolutely amazing film, and I'm gonna give The Life of Chuck 5 out of 5 stars, 10 out of 10. So yeah, if you have a movie theater playing this movie, and if you're interested in checking it out, then I highly recommend it. Yeah, and of course I know there are some other films that I do want to check out as well, but of course I don't think there's any movie theaters around here that's playing these films. But you know, I'm talking about the A24 film Friendship and the Shudder movie Dangerous Animals. But you know what, that doesn't really matter much because I'm just glad that I got my chance to see Life of Chuck in theaters. I'm glad I did. My mom also had a good time with this film as well. And there you have it, guys. That's going to be it for my movie review on The Life of Chuck. Hope you guys liked it. And if you're not subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. And also make sure to like this video as well. with that being said, until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying goodbye, everybody, and that's about it.